Howdy, folks, and welcome to episode 222, Dueces Wild. I couldn't come up with a better name, so that's what I just ran with, so deal with it. Hope everybody is having a good week this week. Uh, I am, um, because last week I got to hang out with my brother and my nephew, and this week I get to hang out with uh, two very, very close friends and get to hang out with Reese and Mr. McMurray. So fun will be had by all. So already in the house we got Charles coming in saying evening. How you doing, Charles? Glad you could make it. Telemachus with his Telemachus with his ever wise words of wisdom. You might be a gamer if your moral compass is aligned with chaotic neutral. That's it's a really fair point there. Uh, Mr. Chris Long says, "Heyo, how you doing, Chris? Glad you could make it." And then Dougie from Columbia Bunkhouse Game saying, "Evening, everyone. How you doing, Mr. Bunk? Glad you could make it." Um, Before I dive into what I have been doing, we're going to go ahead and see what Mr. Reese has been doing. What have you been up to, sir?
Oh, just not a whole lot of much. Sitting here working on 172 Vietnam.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Um, just earlier last week or later last week, one of the two, he was working on a Sandy, an A1D in 172nd scale, and man, did it look good when he. Are you finished with it, or are you still working on it?
I am putting the pilot in it as we speak.
Outstanding. So it looks really good. He's got it painted up in the Southeast Asia camo with South Vietnam Air Force markings. It looks really sharp. It's going to look great on the table coming in low and slow.
I think you've got
Uh,
pictures of it if you wanted to pop it on there.
I think I do. Hold on one second, ladies and or gentlemen. And we do have confirmation that Mr. Murray will be joining us here shortly. Um, Cows.
I can send it on that group chat if you want.
I got it right here.
Cool.
I got it right here.
Yeah,
Uh,
plenty of cow.
all right. So let me do a screen share. We're going to share screen. We're going to allow, and we are going to pick this one right here. There you go.
You can see my very messy paint station right now.
Oh, dude, my you don't want to see my table right now. It is littered. Well, excuse me. It is currently littered with roughly 60 1/3000 scale ships. 44 of which being Fletcher class destroyers. So, but yeah, it's a good looking model. I think you did a really great job on it.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So, quite good. Quite good. Um, and then he's also working on um, an an H-21, right?
Yes, I've got two H-21s on the build table right now. So they are affectionately known as the Flying Banana.
Yeah.
And were designed for cold weather operations in the Army's Infinite Wisdom sent to Southeast Asia.
Oh, Nord, I'm sorry to hear that, man. He wants someone to take him out back and do an old yeller on him. He's got a cold and feels like crud. I hope you get to feeling better, buddy. I understand if you're not going to hang out completely get it. I I'm dealing with a bad bout of ragweed myself. I thought I had it under control with my normal regimen of Flonase in each nostril before bed, and then a Zyrtec in the morning. But it is kicking my ass 2 ways to Sunday. So that's why you hear the mucus and the coughing from time to time. And I do apologize for anybody wearing headphones when I start coughing. If I blow your eardrums out, I do completely apologize for that.
Hey, some people pay extra for that.
Some people do pay extra for that. And Charles says, yes, it does look good. I have to agree. Chris Long says, I have a basement. My stuff is piled everywhere. So,
well, as I told you last week, sometimes it's good to get back to your roots on things like that. So,
yep. Yeah. So, speaking of roots, I've got all the battleships for my Battle of Surigao Strait now. I had to make my own West Virginia. Nobody has a 1944 West Virginia, and the 44 West Virginia looks like the 44 Tennessees, except it's got the twin gun turrets instead of the triple gun turrets. So, Walkabout pointed me in the right direction by telling me to use Tinkercad. I did, and I might have gone about it the long and difficult way. But I got it done. So what I did is I took the USS California model, and I'm going to go ahead and big on myself here for a second. So I took the USS California model. As you can see, that it's got quad triple turrets, and you'll notice the style of superstructure is very much like the fast battleships of the Iowa and South Dakota style, or actually more of the South Dakota style. And then I got the turrets on the file taken off. And then I took the USS Maryland. As you can see, it's got the 4 twin turrets, but it still has the old style stacks, the low mast in the back, and actually this is still a cage mast that they built up around it with the fighting top on top. So it looks nothing like what the 44 West Virginia looks like. So I got the turrets cut off and removed the rest of the ship on the file, and then I went ahead and lined them all up together. So now I've got a USS West Virginia circa 1944 with that superstructure reminiscent of the South Dakotas, like the Tennessees, but has the twin turrets of her sister ships, the Colorados. So, yeah, it took me about 2 nights to get it done, and I test printed it, and it came out spectacular, I thought. Yeah, Chris, I got it. I got the file done and put it onto the printer and got it taken care of. Also, while I was working on that on the computer, the printer was humming away, printing out uh, 22 Fletchers at a time. So I now have 44 Fletcher class destroyers. Um, all because I wanted 26 for the Battle of Surigao Strait. Um, and so, being the way I am, I packed as many models onto the build plate as I could, which was 22. So I printed one. I was 4 short. So what do? Of course, you print another 22. Why not? So, as the OG, Devin pointed out, all I got to do is print it out like 6 more times, and I've got every single Fletcher ever built. So I could literally play the entirety of World War II and never have to reuse a Fletcher class destroyer to be called something else. I could literally print out every single one of them and have them. And what's nuts is I might do that. Why? Why not? That's why. Um, Now, that all that being said, I'm probably only going to end up using like 5 or 6 of them in my Battle of Surigao Strait, just because it would take forever to run those um, in the game, but also I just when I'm only going up against 2 battleships, 3 cruisers, and 9 destroyers, I think that's a little bit of overkill. Just
Chris Long, don't tempt him.
uh, um, when and when I get myself into uh, my own place and I've got room for stuff, I'm definitely going to uh, print up all the ships needed for major battles. So so I will have every ship I need for all the ships that fought during the Guadalcanal campaign. And I will have all the ships, of course, for uh, fighting the fighting Sargasso Strait and Midway and uh, you know all battle off of Samar, all of that. Chris Long says he feels like he has the entire Imperial Japanese Navy in 1/700. Yeah, but you know what? That's honestly, in comparison, not that many ships. Yeah, they had a crap ton of carriers, um, but battleships wise, let's see, they had the two Yamatos, the 2 Isseis, the 4 Kongos, the 2 Nagatos, the 2 Yamashiros.
Just bring him down here, and I'll use him as bomb targets in my air games.
Yeah, there you go. Now they did have a lot of destroyers. They did have quite a few submarines, but again, not as many as us. I mean, we were cranking them out. Excuse me. So, um, I do have to print out. Gonna have to print out a New Mexico, or not New Mexico, a New York to go along with my USS Texas. And I printed out an Arkansas for you, and I need to. Now I got to print an Arkansas out for myself. in Arkansas and Wyoming. I don't think the Wyoming ever did have any combat during World War II, though.
Hmm.
I think she was already a trainer at that point. I think Arkansas was the oldest ship used in World War II by the United States Navy. But yeah, so that that's what's going to be happening. I'm hopefully going to get these mounted and painted in the next week or so, and get them over to Doug Pappert's on a Thursday night to trial run the game to see how I like it, and if it goes over well, take it to Tacticon.
It's going to
So,
go well.
yep. Oh, I know. Yeah, I've got a good feeling that it will. Like I said, I'm doing it the way I'm doing it, so nobody has to play the Japanese and get their teeth kicked in, because that's what's going to happen to the player who plays the Japanese. They're going to get their teeth kicked in. There's just no two ways about it. Um, but
I like the way that you decided to run it. I really do.
yeah. Um, Now, for other gaming stuff happening, of course, like I said, McMurray and I are going to be headed down to uh, beautiful northwest Arkansas. Um, I thought we were going to end up getting a respite from the heat, but it looks like they decided no, we're going to make it hot a little bit longer.
Well, our temperatures didn't look half bad. Hang on just a second. Uh, High of 81 on Saturday, high of 80 on Friday, and high of 76 on Sunday.
Okay, okay. Um, I must have been looking at. Okay, yeah, I was looking at something that was from like last week going into this week. So, because it was hotter than blue blazes today here.
We've been having
Um,
little heat thunderstorms.
yeah, yep. So, uh, but the next gaming event that we've got coming up is, I believe, October 18th is the day that has been thrown around. Let me look at my calendar here. Hold on. October 18th is going to be Wiley Weird Wiley's Weird Wargaming Day. So it helps if I spelled weird, right? Which we're going to have. We'll have the Revenant Hunt and another trip to Terror Island, as well as some other games being about. So perfect time to get out and play some spooky games if one is willing. Uh, Jay Wiley made the comment on the Wiley Facebook group that if you can't make it to the heartland of America, to play in our games, go ahead and run your own games, take pictures, and send in a write up to him, and you might just get some freebies out of it. So,
He's a good
anybody
man.
that's yep. So, but make sure that it's fistful of lead with some sort of spooky or paranatural uh, swing to it. You know, you could do very much like what Warmutt did. Have shoot out at the OK Corral, and one of the guys turns into a werewolf. Why not? Or you could be in Southeast Asia shooting things up, and all of a sudden get eaten in the face by gene stealers. Just saying,
That was a
those are
blast.
possibilities. It was a lot of fun, man. We that that one Mortarman. Oh man.
Chum and the Mortar Man are going to live
Yep.
in infamy.
Yeah. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. I thought Chum was going to get eaten like 4 different times. I mean, he did eventually get eaten.
And you know what? A lot of comments about, oh, that's not how 60 millimeter mortars are implemented, or that's not how that. Blah, blah. I don't really
don't
care.
care. First off,
I
fistful of
have
lead.
proof that they were used to gain fire supremacy on SOG teams fired from the hip.
Yeah.
That's all I need.
Hey, whether it works that way or not in real life, I don't care. First off, fistful of lead is Hollywood anyway.
Oh yeah.
So there's that. Secondly, does it provide a great story? Absolutely.
Yes.
I mean,
The
who
number
else
of
is going to
times that
use?
shell came in so close, but
Yeah,
not too close.
exactly. I mean, exactly. Chris
Chum
Long.
still
He
had
says
his
it's
legs, but
movie
he didn't
action.
have any leg hair left.
Yeah, there was some singeing going on.
Oh man.
So yeah, and exactly what Chris Long says. It's movie action.
Well, and
So
I always enjoy setting up that particular style of table,
hmm
and it looks pretty good. I'm
yep,
not too bone horn, but that table looks good. So
it did. That was a great table. I loved it. Um, I all the tables that you have put out for us to play on have always been great. I've always loved playing on them
I still think the one
because
600 is the easiest. Roll out the map, put the ships on it, and call it good.
hey, why do you think one? Why do you think Ocean Thunder is such a? Why do you think I love running Ocean Thunder?
Yeah.
Roll out a blue sheet and throw ships on the table. Uh, did I go? Did I go a little too far with doing Savo Island?
No.
I don't think so because it turned out looking fabulous. Um, I do need to find that website again that can take those those geographic files, those map files, and turn an area into a 3D model.
Yeah, you do.
Because I definitely want to have more uh, geographically accurate places, whether it's islands for Ocean Thunder or hills and whatnot for land combat. You know, like if I could. So this is where that big ass 3D printer that Elegoo has comes into play. The one that's got an 800 by 800 by 1000 millimeter build area
Yes.
is doing. I mean, I could do it on my itty bitty little 8x8 here, but it would take for fucking ever. But getting one that's 800 by 800 by 1,000, um, getting it to be able to a uh, print out a two scale a 1/600th scale uh, fold gap
That'd be a
to
blast.
go on like a 5x10 or a 5x16 table.
That would be a blast.
That'd be tits on a stick. Because at 1/600th scale, not only would I be able to run my 3mm tanks that I'm gonna get back into, but you'd be able to run your 1/600th scale aircraft over it also.
With the correct hexes, absolutely.
Yep. So, but that printer does cost $2,500.
Yeah, and that's an amount of money I don't have right now.
Nope. But hey, keep in mind the printer that I have sitting right here, my Elegoo Neptune 4 Pro, 10 years ago was like a $2,500 printer. The printer I had before this one was originally, when it was brand new, when Tim bought it, brand new, it cost $3,750, and it was just a 12x12.
I believe it. Things have.
That was just a 300 by 300 by 300 build area. So, a $2,500 printer today, so you'll be able to, pop a couple of quarters into the vending machine and have one pop out in no time.
Well, I know y'all said you wanted to do some air combat.
Absolutely.
I keep flip flopping if I want to run props or jets.
Why not both?
Well, and that's kind of what I'm leaning, is I'm thinking about Korea night intruders.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of jets, here's today's shirt.
Great looking shirt.
Yeah. They've got up at the SAC Museum. They've got a Vulcan bomber in there on loan from, I think it's the British Air Force, and they're restoring it to former glory. And it is XM573. I'm gonna look something up here real quick. XM573. Avro Vulcan XM573. So it was originally delivered to the RAF on the 28th of March, 1963. Entering service with 83 squadrons. She went on to serve with the Scampton and Waddington wings. By June 70, she was enjoying the sunshine with the Akrotiri wing, returning to the UK, and 27th Squadron in April 74. She spent brief periods with 44 Squadron, finished her active days with 9 Squadron. She was flown to Offutt Air Force Base in the U.S. on 7 June 1982. There you go.
So was 82? Does 82 mean it missed Falklands, or was it in the Falklands?
I don't think she was in the Falklands.
Okay.
But I have seen a Vulcan actually fly before. uh, many years ago. Uh, oh well, no. He says it was on the. Chris Long says it was on the Falklands raid.
There you go. I don't
So there you
know
go.
that history as well as I should.
No, but my dad, you know, us living as close as we did to multiple Air Force bases in San Antonio, we always would go to the air shows, whether it was at Lackland Air Force Base on the southwest side of town or Randolph Air Force Base on the northeast side of town, about 10 minutes from where we lived. I think ours was, we saw ours at the 1980 air show also, Chris. Like I said, in San Antonio, we were walking up to the air show. We had parked and started walking towards where the flight line was, and we heard this just huge whine of turbofans spinning up. And we looked over to the far end of the field, and we saw this Vulcan, just a huge aircraft. And it started its roll up, and you just hear the roar of those four Rolls Royce engines. And you were expecting it to, come out from behind the building at about a nice, you know, 15-20 degree up angle. It was a row of hangars of about 4 or 5 hangars, and you were expecting it to come up above the fourth or fifth hangar. Nope, hangar hangar number 3, right in the middle of it. The sucker's climbing at a 45-degree angle, just beating the hell out of the air to get up into it, and it started doing it doing its flybys and everything, and it did one flyby where we saw the bottom. It was angled so we would see the bottom with the bomb bays open, and it made this ungodly howl that you thought literal banshees were raining down hate and destruction upon you as it flew overhead with those bomb bay doors open. It was a sight to see. And the thing, it's not a small airplane in the slightest. It's every bit as big as a B-1, and until you get up next to a B-1 doesn't look very big either. Uh, let's see how big is this sucker? Um, the Avro Vulcan is 97.1 feet long, 99.5 feet wingspan. So it's a 100-foot wingspan aircraft, and the top of the tail sits 26.5 feet up. It's not a small plane. And actually, the B2, which is the version that we saw, was 111 feet long and 105 feet wide, or 105 feet wide and 111 feet wingspan. So it was even bigger than that other one. Yeah, it was. It's beast. It was a beast, and yeah, you know 40, 45 years later, I still remember it. Yeah, it's. Chris Long says there was only 3 in the raid on the airfield. Operation Black Buck took a lot of to get there, with tons of air refueling. Yeah, I can imagine, because they would have taken off out of somewhere in England, and its uh, fuel capacity was only 74,000 pounds. Its range was only 2,600 miles. So there was at least I would say uh, just down there once there had to be at least 9 refuelings just to get down there. At the very minimum, 9 refuelings. It's only a 2,600 mile range. So, and I think we've lost Reese. Are you there, sir?
No, I'm still here, just
Oh,
sitting here
okay.
painting.
No, okay. Yeah, but that it the the only other aircraft that I've watched that I've seen military aircraft flying hundreds of times, literally hundreds of times. But I've seen F-15s, I've seen F-16s and F-18s and Harriers and A-10s, uh, C-130s, C-5s, T-38s, T-37s, tons of T-38s and T-37s. But the two times I've seen aircraft that have I could distinctly remember where I was the Vulcan bomber taking off at Randolph for that air show, and uh, the B-1 doing a barrel roll at the Oklahoma City Air Show that we saw back in 2001, 2002. Um, that was a pretty amazing sight, seeing a B-1 uh, do a barrel roll. It was pretty amazing. I would have to think that had been planned. Maybe, I don't know. Couldn't tell you. So, um, also, the very first time I ever saw the Tora 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 reenactment of Pearl Harbor. Uh, this was 1981, 1982 time frame at the Hondo uh, Airport out in Hondo, Texas, west of San Antonio. And they had the full on uh, Tora 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 attack of Pearl Harbor, where they had the B 17 coming in along the parallel airstrip away from the flat line with only one wheel down and shooting smoke out of one of the engines. And it did a perfect touch and go uh, to, reminiscent of the B 17s that were coming into Pearl Harbor at the same time that the Japanese were doing their attack. And I shouldn't say Pearl Harbor, they were coming into Hickman Field. But, close enough, right? Well, I mean, you should know, Reese. You were there.
Yeah.
Not in 1941, but.
See, I was sleeping in my bunk, and then
Right?
No, yeah, it's something to see.
No.
I mean, I have beheld the bullet holes of that day.
Yeah,
That's
that's
sobering.
one thing. That's something I do hope to do someday, is make it out to Pearl Harbor.
It is well worth it.
you know, if I don't do anything else, If it's one of those things, I fly out on a Friday. Um, I spend the day at Pearl Harbor on Saturday and fly home on Sunday. That would be enough for me.
You could easily do it.
Now that being said, I would also like to go to the Big Island and see the volcanoes because I also love geology. Um, but yeah, if that isn't something that would be in the mix, then by all means, you know.
I can say the Missouri by itself is worth it.
Uh huh.
If you go to all the other museums too, there at Pearl Harbor, fantastic.
Yeah.
And if you get to go to the National Cemetery of the Pacific, even better. The Punch Bowl is something to see.
What's that?
The Punch Bowl is something to see.
Yeah. Well, Expedia says round trip from Kansas City to Oahu for $246.
That's about right. It's once you
Now,
get there, everything gets righteously expensive.
Oh, I'm sure. I have no doubt of that in my brain. No doubt about that at all. Of course, you're also flying, super economy. But that being said, yeah, that's something I endeavor to do with Miss Donna.
I hope you can do that. I really do.
Oh, and by the way, if I hadn't explicitly told you, she absolutely loves her little turtle that you
Oh,
got
good.
her.
Good.
Um, she's very much down with the sea turtles to the point
Uh-huh.
where when we went to the Omaha Zoo, uh, we bought some of those tracking bracelets.
Hmm.
You've seen those, uh, and we got what is it? We got a sea turtle, we got an elephant, I think a gorilla, and a cheetah. I think I could be mistaken. Anyway, um, she kept one, and then the girls got one each also, and of course she kept the sea turtle. And this sea turtle has been banging around in the Gulf of Mexico uh, for the past couple of months. Right now, it's up around Panama City in Florida.
Well, I hope it's enjoying its time.
Yeah, so do I. So do I. Just hope it keeps away from sharks and orcas. Just saying.
And random college girls on a Saturday night.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
Said Panama City. I just
Yeah. So, um, but yeah, that's one of my bucket list trips. I also want to go over to um, I'd like to fly over to England, uh, hit the Bovington Tank Museum, hit Duxford Air Museum, um, do the museums there in London, then take the take the ferry. Uh, and I can't remember which town it is, but one of the towns along the south coast over to Cherbourg,
okay.
and then from Cherbourg follow uh, the 101st uh, trip across Northern Europe.
That would be fun.
You know, yeah. So do the whole around San Mariglaise, over to over to Bastogne, down
Nijmegen
to
and all that.
Haguenau, and then over into uh, Bavaria. So I think that would be a cool trip to do. Take about 2 weeks. That would be a 2 week trip in my thinking. So and then come back, take the train back from like uh, Austria or southern Germany back to London. Go through the Channel. So yeah, it's one of the many things I aspire to do that may or may not happen. If it does, great. If not, life goes on. Well, at least we hope life goes on.
Yep. I never thought I'd get to go to Hawaii, so that was really cool.
Well, yeah, yeah.
Uh,
It's that how are you going to say no when you know
yeah, yeah,
when Dad says, "Hey, we're going."
yeah.
Oh, okay. And luckily enough, your boss was good enough to say, "Yeah, you need to go."
Yeah, that was fantastic. Taking a work call sitting on the beach was kind of fun. Listening to the cows and the craziness and the guys drinking and cussing and like, yeah, guys, I'm not knee deep in cow crap. I'm sitting out here on the beach looking over my paperwork and helping y'all out.
Right, right.
Oh.
Uh, Anywho, well, it must be taking Mr. Murray a really long time to get his haircut,
Yeah, either that or he got stuck in traffic.
which is a distinct possibility. Which is a distinct possibility.
You said something about Cherbourg or however you want to pronounce it. I'm horrible
Cherbourg,
at
yeah,
French. We could play just regular old Axis and Allies D-Day this weekend
yeah,
too. That
we
only
could do
take
that.
about an hour.
Yeah, I'd be
Give
down for
everybody
that.
a taste of the original game before I screw it all up.
Absolutely,
So,
I'm down for that. Okay, so the CH-21 was known as the Shawnee, huh?
hmm
Flat olive drab, flat dark tan, flat dark green.
so question for you as a gamer: capacity on that ship or on that helicopter is 20 men,
Right.
but in the conditions of Vietnam, it could only carry 9.
Okay.
How would you play it?
9. I would do it historical.
Okay.
Just like a C-47, you could fit, you know, you could probably fit like 30 guys in there. But at D-Day, I think they were limited to like 18,
Something like
if
that.
that many. It was like a platoon and a half. Uh, which, when you think about it, really, really boggles the mind. Not a platoon and a
28 fully
half,
equipped paratroopers.
squad and a half. Yeah. But I think they only put like 18 or 20 in there.
Gotcha.
Uh, like, and not a platoon and a half, a squad and a half. Uh, but what really gets me is that they flew in those aircraft, even at maximum capacity of 28. How many C-47s and C-47s pulling Waco gliders did it take to get 3 full divisions moved across the channel by air.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot.
821.
Yeah. And then you had what?
No, it was over.
Another.
It was over 1,000. I misquoted that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. And then you had another what? 4 divisions landing
Mm-hmm.
on the beaches, and the Higgins boats carried how many? What? I think like a third of a company.
So you had a couple different types of landing craft. The LCVP, typically known as the Higgins boat, could carry 36 men.
Yeah.
The landing craft Assault, hang on just a second. Landing craft Assault could carry about 36 men.
Yeah.
Um, and then of course you had the giant landing craft tanks that were pulling up and dropping ramps too. And then was an
Right.
LCI carry. Because an LCI could carry about 200 men.
There you go. Yeah. So again, not as many boats needed per division, but still a shit ton of a shit ton out there, man. That's that's just crazy talk.
Well, and
And that's what and that's
that's not even counting how many LCI with rockets, how many how
right.
many support craft.
Yeah. Um, and also that's not well, that's why they ended up not being able to do Operation Anvil at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Operation Anvil became Operation Very Good. Hello, Mr. McMurray. Glad you could make it.
What's up, everybody? Sorry about that.
Oh,
That's okay.
Busy evening. What's
I
everybody
get it.
hobbying
I
on?
get it.
a little bit of everything.
That's a good day.
I'm figuring out. I'm not really figuring out anything. What I'm doing is well, I am figuring out exactly how I'm going to cut my popsicle sticks for my ships because I don't have my cutter available to me
Oh, I gotcha. Well,
because I did get my West Virginia printed.
hell yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Big turrets, normal ship. One thing
Yep.
you could always just get a sharp wood chisel and play the pickup game.
Yeah. Thunk.
Yeah. I mean,
Excuse me.
the way I
Just
always did it when I was doing stuff like that was I just put a box on the in front of the gun that I'm not keeping, you know what I mean? That I'm not holding on to.
right.
That
Right.
way when it goes rocketing off into East Jesus, it just goes into the box instead.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I think that's how I do masts quick. Usually I'll ring them
Yeah.
and then I'll finish the cut with a chisel and just stick a box over there. They don't always go into the box, but it prevents them from flying across the room.
Right.
But right,
Oh, excuse me.
man, you know what makes me sad? So I
What's
built that? I got that build plate built up right with 2 6 squad platoons of, or 2 6 squad companies of infantry.
Right.
No, platoons. My bad. Pause. Did I? Yes, those are 2 companies. 6 squads and a command squad. It's not 9, so it's not perfect, but whatever. Um, and then I did that twice, and then I have a big command squad with a more serious looking guy,
Yeah.
as well as 6 or 8. I think it's 8 each of las cannon, heavy bolter, and auto cannon teams, and then another squad, or then another command squad for that company, the weapons company, all on one build plate. And I've been so busy in the past week, I haven't had enough time to print the goddamn things.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I've been putting a lot of build plates together for goofy Imperial Guard stuff.
There you
2
go.
things, McMurray.
Yes.
1, bring your cot.
Okay.
2, what do you want to do this weekend?
Whatever you guys are already doing.
Sounds good.
Yeah, do whatever you guys are already doing. I'll toss some ships into a box, and if we want to play ships, we can play ships too. Not worried about it.
Sounds good. Well, we got most of the day Friday and all day Saturday,
Hell yeah.
and y'all are welcome to stay the night Saturday. And if you need to get on the road, cool. If you want to hang out and go to church with us, that's cool too. So,
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
and if you don't mind 3 mangy dogs, so
It's all good. We're 3 mangy humans, so whatever.
that works too.
Yeah.
So I'll try to keep Leo from running in there and jumping on you and licking you to death in the morning.
Appreciate it. Yeah, there's worse ways to wake up.
He has
Better-
the personality of like a little 20-pound beagle. He's 85 pounds of muscle.
That's fair.
So
Better than Chris licking me awake in the morning, I guess.
you know, whatever y'all do after I go to bed, none of my business.
No, I'd rather Leo. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, well, I put the pilot in my Sky Raider today,
Hell yeah.
so we're good there. I've got 2 H-21s on the build table, and I'm painting 172 infantry.
Hell yeah, dude.
So,
Fortunate son intensifies, baby.
yeah, off by a couple years, but not terribly.
You know,
Um,
shit happens.
I'm focusing on 1963, 1964 right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
you have that many fears with M14s?
I've got Arvin and advisors and probably 30 early war Marines with M14s.
What are your Arvin armed with? M1s?
Well, I got to find them, but I've got early war Arvin and I've got late war Arvin. Hang on just a second and I will tell you because I have inventory. Let's see. So I don't have them painted though. That's the thing. Let's see. My early war M1 carbines, M1 Grands. We got 1 or 2 M16s in there. BARs, Thompsons, grease
Yeah.
guns. I've got some guys with obviously like TED offensive that have M16s and M79s.
Nice.
And then I've got a bunch of rough puffs that have M1 carbines and Garands and BARs and Thompsons and M1919 guy that looks like he's struggling to stand up.
Nice. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Um,
It is always entertaining seeing pictures of little, 110-pound Arvin guys
yeah,
with a Thompson that looks like some sort of battle rifle. Like, I'm not an expert, but I'm not sure at any point in time it's been the best idea to have your rifle weigh right around 10% of your body weight.
no,
But here
but
we are, baby.
that's why the M1 carbine was so loved by the Arvin.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh yeah. I was trying to think about that. Like, even a matchlock, unless you're a skinny fella, isn't really going to hit it.
nope.
Like, at 11, 12 pounds, you're still looking at a bunch of European professional soldiers that are in middle age and not on the heavy side, but on the well-fed side.
I'm gonna run to the storage unit tomorrow after work and see if I can actually track down my 172 scale Arvin and Viet Cong,
Hell yeah.
and then paint them up rapidly Thursday night. Might put those on the table. We'll see. So
You got a green primer?
I do.
You can do it.
I do. I might do it. I am gonna put on another Korean War air combat game.
Hell yeah.
Um, with a twist. We'll see how it goes. So
Flying dragons?
no, I wish. No night infiltration.
Oh shit.
Working on developing my radar rules.
Nice.
So scenario based. They're not going to be, all
Oh
for
yeah.
every situation. But well, a bunch of these guys on this sprue have a bunch of M14s as well. That'd be nice.
You should do the the Western Approaches Command thing and have players sit there wearing goggles that are either like red or blue and have just use like they're not poker chips, but like the bingo tokens
Right.
that are clear colored plastic,
Mm-hmm.
and then have people step in and out of the room while the other side moves. And then once you as the GM can see that they're close enough,
So
flip
go ahead.
just flip a counter
Yeah.
or finally drop an aircraft down.
So I've thought about just having a bunch of counters that are numbered, and then have basically whoever the intruder player is write down what group of aircraft is on what counter and what counters are nothing.
Yeah.
And then have a set speed, right? Like your cruising speed that all those counters are going at. And so that speed and turning radius doesn't give it away. And then when the radar equipped aircraft find them, it's on.
Absolutely. I was looking again at that new Osprey Pacific Command game.
Yeah,
That
I
might
saw
be
that
pretty
the other
fun.
day. Is it basically just for carrier battles though?
It is. It's for like operational level carrier. Like the units you're moving around are task forces.
Man, that'd be a fun campaign game.
Yeah, but I feel like you can do it essentially in like, a few hours, which is kind of entertaining.
For sure.
But yeah, that could be pretty cool.
My plan with my early war Marines is to paint them in such a way that they can also be used for Lebanon,
Nice. That makes sense.
and that way I can have a little bit bigger battles in the desert if we need to.
Yeah, just standard I just go, yeah, standard OD green marine fatigues at the time and get after it.
And they're wearing the same camo. Because I didn't put my Vietnam early war Marines in Mitchell helmet covers. I put them in frog skin helmet covers,
Okay.
and I think that'll work.
Yeah. Especially given that it's Lebanon. So,
Yeah.
fuck it. Who's going to tell you you're wrong?
Well, evidently the United Arab Republic, but we'll find out.
Cool. Screw those guys.
Well,
Yeah, I hear those guys suck.
I'm trying to come up with figures for those guys. Haven't quite figured it out yet. I'm thinking like World War One Arabs, maybe, with Mausers and Maxims.
I think it still worked. The Third World was using Mausers clear through till, Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially because that's early enough into the Cold War that the Soviets aren't necessarily just dumping AKs in everywhere.
Right. Well, and I don't have a ton of pictures of the time, but it does look like most of the rebels had, regular old rifles or French issue rifles or something like that. So
Yeah. And in 20 millimeter, there's no difference. Screw it. Who cares?
yeah.
Yeah. That would be pretty badass.
I mean, that's what I'm going to do in 54 is just use a bunch of Arabs from 1900.
Yeah. But I mean, in 54, they're large enough that you could reasonably clip a rifle and put something else on there.
Oh, absolutely, and I will. You know me well enough to do that.
Yeah. My point is, it's not worth it in 20.
No.
But yeah.
So, McMurray, when are you expecting to be down this weekend?
Friday sometime during the day.
Okay.
That is the plan.
I'm expecting myself to get down there between 12:30 and 1:30, somewhere along in there. So,
all right, I can probably shoot for that. No biggie. I was thinking about going to Wilson's Creek, but at the same time, Toddy and I really wanted to go to Wilson's Creek. So if you're going to get down there that early, that I'll just shoot to leave and get out.
Cool. Sounds good.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Because, see, for me, it's only a 3-hour drive. 3.5-hour drive.
That's fair. I haven't even messed with it. I'll figure that out Thursday night.
You need an address, don't you?
Yeah.
I'll send it to you.
Outstanding. Outstanding.
I do have a little bit of work I'll need to get done Friday night.
Oh, good.
But it won't take me 45 minutes if I do it right. And you're welcome to tag along.
I'm about to say anything that could be helped with.
Oh, absolutely. If you don't mind grabbing a bale of hay and feeding some horses.
I fucking hate horses, but I'll be happy to grab that bale of hay.
Okay.
What do you got against horses?
Horses are dicks.
You can keep the cats off of us then.
And they ruin trails and crap all over the place.
Well, there will be probably
that,
6 to 7 cats in the barn at the same time that we're in there trying to swarm us. So,
oh yeah, I can play with kitties. Hell yeah! I'll bring a bunch of strings.
Oh, that'll be there's tons of them in the barn. You're good.
Or a laser pointer.
Oh, they've never seen a laser pointer. That'd be a blast.
I will blow their tiny little feline minds.
Most of them aren't even a year old yet, so
yeah, they're gonna lose their fucking brains. That's awesome. Hell yeah.
Just don't run one underneath a horse while I'm doing something with the horse.
No, it's all good. I'll run it straight at the back of Chris's legs. He won't mind. Chris loves cats.
Yeah, I do.
Oh no, I'm covered in kittens. Oh no, it's the best day ever.
There are worse things in this world.
Yeah, dude, that's for sure.
There are worse things in this world.
That is for sure.
So I guess we're going camo on those H21s.
Yes.
That does look awesome, man.
It's such a weird camo too. Like it's not like anything else.
It looks like Warhammer 40K Imperial Guard like tank camo.
It looks like a Central African country painted it.
That too.
I mean, color wise, it looks like the Cadian armor camo. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what what paints I'm going to use for that. But
one thing that works really, really well for that is priming in tan, and then going over with like a green, like speed or contrast paint.
Yeah.
It does a really good job at. Like that always bugged me because I could get, like, say for my German armor in like 15, I'd get the Dunkelgelb, I'd get the Rotgrün, I'd get the refractory green or whatever it is, and you paint it onto the tanks, and it's like this looks entirely inappropriate. Like the color is way too intense, like altogether too opaque. It doesn't look right.
Mhm.
The contrast or speed paint lets a little bit of that tan show through, and it really does a good job. I haven't done it with the red, but with the green, I know it looks good. Like what you're looking with, especially if you then go over it with a nice wash to the point where you hit all the panel lines.
well, I've got half of mine to spray paint it green and then go over it with the tan.
You can do that.
So the easiest way to do it is all three of those colors
Mm-hmm.
are the colors by Krylon.
Right, which I have at my knee.
And what you do is you
Wait, how did I screw that
spray
up?
the tan. You spray the tan.
I thought they were two color.
You get elephant snot, the sticky tack.
Or Play-Doh.
Ooh, I was about to say, I had
the-
real trouble with the blue sticky tack. That fucked up a bunch of my British tanks. It didn't all come off
Well,
of the Krylon. Oh wow, there is
I
a brown in there. No way.
Yeah. And then
My bad.
Whatever you want to keep green, you put the Play-Doh or the sticky tack or whatever you want. Mask it off. Spray the brown, and then whatever you want to keep brown.
Mhm.
Finish putting on more. Spray the tan. Let it dry for 24 hours. Pull it off. Boom. Done. Bob's your uncle.
I've had good luck painting rifles like that, putting Play-Doh on them and doing spray paint patterns.
Yeah.
So
That's how I did my silver and green camo for my North Vietnamese MiG 19s.
okay.
Nice. Hell yeah.
So Charles just spent more money. Got out over 28 millimeter Wolves coming in, and the second AWI tri-pack from GMT from Noble Knight.
Oh, there you go.
Yep.
I'm telling you what,
And-
Charles, I could not make the Richard Berg rules work for me. I don't know. I'm not a smart dude. I'm sorry, that's Men of Iron. I don't know if you did their 12 pack or their AWI. But whatever. It's about enough GMT for me recently, so there's plenty of other good companies out there.
Speaking of cats, or Mutt is in the house. How you doing, Mutt?
Yeah, nothing quite screams early Vietnam like H-21s, in my opinion.
Banana birds are sweet.
Well, that and the Sikorsky's.
H-34s.
Is the H-34 that looks like it's got two giant nostrils right below the windscreen?
The humpback?
I think so. So Sikorsky made two that are very similar with the radial engines in the front. The H-19 is a
Right.
tri-gear, and the H-34 is a tail dragger.
No, it's not the H-34. I think it's the older one.
The H-19.
Let me take a look at the H-19. No, it's not that one either. It was the one that the Marine Corps used.
Oh, you're looking for a CH-46.
The one from Full Metal Jacket, Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah, the humpback. I think it's is that a 46?
No. Not
Yeah.
it's not the Sea Knight.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a big helicopter.
Oh, it was. Hold on. USMC helicopter early Vietnam.
Because I believe the H-34 is the one in Full Metal Jacket. Oh, and it's not an H-34. It's a Westland, but they painted it like an H-34.
Okay, definitely not the 37, because that's just a weird helicopter. Not the H-34, not the Iroquois, not the 46, definitely not the 53. There was one. And I might be completely just losing my mind on
What
it.
was it used for? And I can probably track it down for you.
I don't remember. Okay, hold on. Okay, yeah, it was a C. One I'm thinking of was the civilian C-58 with the turboprop engine in it. So yeah, so it's the H-34, but it was the
upgraded version.
Yeah, the upgraded version. The S-58 with the twin turbo engine in it, and that's why it had the air inlets in the instead of the big round nose, it had a sloping nose that went to twin air inlets that looked like big nostrils. I'll share my screen and I'll show you what I'm talking about.
I should do a couple of 172 H-34s too. That'd be fun.
No, wrong button.
You should do a 172 USS New Jersey
No.
for offshore bombardments.
We'll leave that off board.
Lame.
All right, there you go. That's what I'm talking about.
This one's sick looking helicopter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, get some.
When have I ever put on a lame table though? True.
Oh no.
Let's play Zombicide.
Hell yeah. I think you just finished. Which box did you just finish, Brian? I think he just finished one of the boxes because he's going through and playing every scenario they've ever published.
Yeah. Charles says he managed to get through the first AWI tri-pack box.
There you go. Heck yeah, dude. Outstanding, Charles. My hat's off to you.
Now, Reese, you said you could break out your box of D-Day.
Yeah,
Axis
absolutely.
and Allies D-Day. Does that play 3?
Yeah, it
Okay.
does play 3. Germans, Americans, and Commonwealth.
Well, there you go.
Heck yeah.
So we can play that. We can play some. We can play some fighters. We can.
If
Uh,
played by gamers without analysis paralysis, D-Day shouldn't take more than an hour and a half.
okay, so
Hell
Copeland won't
yeah.
be with us, so we'll be good.
What'd you say?
Copeland won't be with us, so we'll be good.
Not only that, I have 3 copies of Axis and Allies D-Day. So we'll do the whole like chess master thing.
Right?
30 games going. Oh.
Oh man.
I will warn you, I've played a lot of that game. I just found a 172 scale, a couple of 172 scale H34s for $10.
Well, there you go. What scale?
Damn.
172.
Get some.
Oh, okay.
I've always wanted one at 135th, but
Get
never been able to
some.
track one down. But I might pick up a couple of those.
It'd be the size of a medium-sized dog.
Oh well.
Fair.
When has that bothered me?
Yeah, it's reasonable.
Um, the ranch is going on the market this week.
So it is.
So it is.
All right.
Nice.
So
Man, I forgot you're doing all this work just to move in a few months.
yeah, but I mean we're taking the building with us.
Oh, hell yeah. Never mind. Disregard.
Shed. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Sliding a flatbed semi trailer underneath it, jacking it up and taking it down the road.
That's badass.
That's why I decided to do this. Because I'm tired of tearing down my workshop.
That's fair.
So
Well, that's badass. Get some.
No. Damn. It's not 135th scale. It's a 148.
yeah, believe me, I've looked. I've looked. And I don't usually mind 148th scale aircraft, but my rule on helicopters is they have to be ground scale,
That
Right.
makes sense. They might end up landing.
especially transport helicopters.
Yeah.
Right. got
I would
135th
love
scale
a.
Hueys.
Yep, I've got a couple of those.
Yeah.
Is it the R4 hoverfly?
What's that?
R4 hoverfly?
What about an R4 Hoverfly?
I would love to have one in my ground scale for Philippine stuff. Goodness, this place is cheap. This is dangerous.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
this is way too dangerous.
What are you looking for? 172nd stuff?
Yeah, and I'm on rcjazz.com and I'm seeing kits as low as like $6.
Yep. Yep. Get some.
Man, I may have just converted.
Pretty slick. That's pretty slick.
Yeah. I do want to keep and still do a lot of my stuff in 54, but
The price point's hard to beat, buddy.
doing bigger battles in 172 scale, and then being able to cut down and do smaller raids and recon stuff in 54, and tie
Yep.
that all in would be a blast.
Yep.
So, oh man, I did not need to see that.
You kind of did.
Oh, I'm still on it. So Just said 5% off over $50 and no tariffs for U.S. customers.
Yeah, buddy.
I'm okay with that. I don't know where this place is, but
Close enough, I guess.
evidently, I already have a CH-46. I had a Cobra until my dog ate it.
That'll happen.
Yeah, my dog ate a box of nids in my Cobra. So need to watch and make sure he doesn't start turning into a gene stealer or something.
Right.
That'll be the day.
Chris, what aircraft had we talked about for Lebanon? We talked about what, F-105s, F-100s, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
F-84 would be too early then.
Yeah. You could also go. You could also go with European aircraft.
Very true. I was just talking about U.S. forces.
Oh, okay. Shit, I did need to see that. 1/700 scale Nelson.
1 700.
$9.
Oh yeah.
I just saw 148th P-51 for $10. That's like a fourth of what I usually pay. I need to get off this website very quickly. Okay. Okay.
What did you just find?
The RF-80A, the reconnaissance version with the weird nose that we used over Korea.
The RF-80A.
You'll know it when you see it.
Yeah.
Yep, just found it for like $15. 148th. I need to get off this website very quickly. Oh, did I tell you I saw one of those souped up crop dusters with all the guns and missiles on it the other day?
Nice.
Shit, what are they calling it? Sky Raider 2.
Something like that, yeah.
They're
think
building
so.
them in Fort Worth.
One flew over the ranch, and everybody was like, "What in the world is that?" I was like, "Guys, I think I know."
Yep. Yeah, those things are, relatively speaking, inexpensive and particularly deadly.
They seem to be. M113s are probably a necessity, right?
Oh, yeah.
When is this game supposed to be taking place?
Oh, I'm just talking about early war in general. But Lebanon, I'm not going to have him M113s. That's 1958. Or
Yeah, I was
56.
about to say that seems a little like real early. Yeah. I mean, even so, I thought M13s were a little later on in the war. I don't know. Maybe my brain isn't working.
M113. Let's find out.
No, I don't think they were. It's all good.
1960.
Yeah.
They weren't deployed until 65, so I mean that makes sense.
Yeah,
That's probably what you're thinking.
yeah. It's all good.
Um, bum, 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 bum. No, for 11 knot, you probably want to go. Excuse me. Come on, get all the way down here. Jesus Christ. Oh, what was that model? M M57 M. Oh, what was it? M75. M75 or the M59. Uh, the M75 was from 1952 until 1980.
Again, given that you're in Lebanon in 1958, you could also certainly just use a piss load of old M5 half tracks.
Yeah.
For sure.
And then the M59 was used from 1953 to 1960 and was definitely it was
Looks like
replaced by the M113. So it was the direct predecessor to the M113 was the M59.
we're looking at M48 patents and
Yeah.
the L whatever the late LVTs are.
Um, the LVT6 was an M59 that had been given better hydrodynamic lines.
And I believe the Ontos made an appearance in Lebanon, if I'm not
Yes. Yeah.
mistaken.
You got the LVTP5 from 1956 onwards. Uh,
All I'm hearing, Reese, is that you need a platoon of Ontos.
Something like that.
he's got one.
I do have one.
Oh, I mean in 20 mil.
Hang
He could
on.
have one in 20 mil too.
172 Ontos. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to pay Chris to 3D print them.
Worst things have happened.
Do they make a? Do they make a?
They do make a
Once,
172 scale Ontos.
yeah, how much?
$35.
No, fuck that.
I think it's
They
metal.
they
I'm not sure.
they can go eat a basket of Richards.
Yeah, it's a little metal miniature.
Yeah, bark at that noise.
It's pre-painted too.
That's kind of happy, but it's still expensive.
Yeah, that's no bueno.
I know they're using Garands in 58 in Lebanon, but I'm just going to call the M14s Garands at 172 scale.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The
Absolutely.
M60s are going to be the only thing that's going to give them away.
Whatever.
But, ooh. We could do a little Lebanon air war too, because
Yeah.
I've got most of that painted up.
Definitely can go that route.
All right, hey gents, I gotta crash. I'm tired. We
Understood.
will
No worries.
See you
I think
Friday.
we're going to go
talk
ahead
to
and
you
wrap
guys
it up
soon.
early tonight
Yep.
also.
Good night, guys. See you, Paulie.
Take care, buddy. Oh. Charles is going to have orcs and hobgoblins going to the table tomorrow. Humans, elves, and dwarves set up for the second.
Okay.
That's cool. Or not the second. Will be set up second. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up for the night. Need to get the dogs calmed down. Make sure Hiccup's in his crate and be good to go. So,
Understood. Well, you take care. You drive safe, and
yep,
I will see you on Friday.
yep. I'll let you know when I'm heading out and when I'm getting close. So,
Understood. Thursday night, I'll probably be cleaning like a madman to get this house ready for company. So,
don't worry about me. I don't need to worry about it.
oh, I know.
So,
Anyway,
all right. We'll talk to you later. And everybody that was on with us tonight, thanks for showing up and listening to us to just literally ramble about nothing.
well, we'll have something to talk about next weekend or
Yep.
next week.
Absolutely. So, all right. Until next time, guys, we'll see you on the flip side.